Hi you guys, I'm Desiree at All Seated in the Barn. So today we have horses from our local auction in Tulare on Saturday. So we have saved 11 animals. We have one, she is very skinny. We got her at the end of the sale because one of the ladies came up to Talia and said, do you want to rescue my horse? So we did. She has a long way road ahead of her game. Once you see her, you're gonna see why we do it. She's going a good route. All the horses in the end pen who all came in, who doesn't have names. So our goal today is to know their personality, know who they are, and then we'll name them today before tomorrow because half of them will be seen with the vet. I like to name them before getting their tag number. It's not fun for that. They need a name beforehand. So far, we're really excited because we think they're gonna be either needs to get their dental done and they could start on the rehab, or they just need to get a couple injections and start with their rideable. So we're really pumped, so excited.
Okay, my name is Brian Lawson. I'm one of the trainers and horsemen with All Seated in the Barn. This horse here we have is named Tim. He's just a 3-year-old young quarter horse, rescued from, I believe it was the slaughter pen. This is his, I believe it's the 5th time with the saddle, and the last 2 times, number 4 and now this one, number 5, he never offered to buck out of discomfort with the saddle, which is what we want. So he's becoming used to it. So once we get him moved around here, kind of get his blood pumping a little bit, get him focused on me, we're gonna refocus on some of our previous lessons. I'll climb on the saddle and we will begin to work on flexing left and right from the saddle. He'll already disengage his hindquarters while mounted. Today, if things go well, we're gonna try to get him moving out forward, anywhere he wants to go. I just want him to move forward. All I'm doing here is just taking my long lead line off, and I'll put a shorter one on that I have wrapped around and doubled as a set of reins. So where he's at now from the saddle, his training thus far is I can get in the saddle, sit there with him. He'll actually back up. He'll disengage his hindquarters when I ask him to go to his left, moving his head to his left, moving his hips actually to the right. He'll disengage. When I ask him to disengage his hips, coming to the left, moving his nose to the right, he gets a little sticky. We'll just kind of reinforce that for a moment, and then I'll wait for one of our assistants to come over and give me a hand, and I'll show you how on this horse, I'm gonna ask him to move forward. Every horse might be a little bit different, and that modifies our approach. So what's humorous about this guy, I've only worked with him up here disengaging as you see him moving now. So it doesn't matter where I put pressure on him and ask him to move, he's gonna disengage just like this, because he knows every time he does, I'm gonna reward him with good boy. See, I'll ask him to back up, and he wants to give me his hindquarters, because he knows he'll get a reward.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Katrina Lucas. We are here at All Seated in a Barn. We just finished looking at a horse they got in that was very severely emaciated. Not the best story, but she's in good hands now. We did some blood work on her. We're getting to the bottom of it and we're gonna get her fixed up. We just now finished a lameness. They just got in, and so we're gonna start doing some diagnostics to see how bad it is and what we can do to treat him. So we're looking at mostly the hind end, so we're gonna go ahead and ultrasound the stifles. He's got some laxity in his patellar, so we're gonna look at the patellar tendons, we're gonna look at the meniscus, the joints, that kind of thing, and then he's got some hock pathology, so we're gonna take some x-rays of those, see exactly what's going on, whether he needs injections, time off, that type of thing, get to the bottom of exactly what's going on.
Hi, I'm Walker Reynolds. I'm the farrier out here at All Seated in the Barn, and today we're working on Oro and Malcolm. And Oro's been here for years. She actually come from another person here in town, and we're just shoeing it today, just a full shoeing, and she hangs out, gets ridden a little bit, but a pretty good horse. And then Malcolm over there is, I think, just a pasture horse, and we're just gonna trim him, make sure all the edges are cleaned up and rounded, look nice. Today I got my main helper back, Abe, and we've been running Brennan a couple days a week, and he's getting better. He's learning how to get around the horses a little bit better and how to set the truck up nice and make sure everything's swept up, so he's learning.
Tiffany's one of our new riders that has joined the team recently, and she's been working with me now for 2 weeks. So this is just a method that I use. It's not the method I use every time. So what I want Tiffany to do, come over here with me. In just a moment, I'll climb in the saddle. I'm gonna leave my reins loose. All I want you to do is get him to kind of lock onto you, and then I just want you to simply ask him to walk forward. And then what I'll start doing, I'll start reinforcing my seat, my body language, asking him to whoa, okay? Dropping my hips, placing my feet out in front of me. And this sounds counterintuitive for anyone. Anytime you're with a horse, especially a young horse, or you're worried, and the horse gets a little jiggy, all right, I want you to pull his nose inward and I want you to walk toward his butt, pulling his nose. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Because we want you to be careful of the motor and the danger that can come with his hip. But the bottom line is if you're pulling his nose this way, his hips will go that way away from you. So counterintuitive, but the safest spot in a dangerous moment is to walk toward his rear. So
What do I do?
stand right there. You're doing right. You're doing right. You're doing right. Walk in a circle. Now love on him. Love on him. Good. Good. Good job, Tiffany. Get a little excited, don't you? So you can see that her simply standing there, this is the first time I've had anyone in here with this horse while I've been on him. You could see he reacted a little differently. He's never reacted like that with me sitting in his saddle. But we added a new element. We added an obstacle in the round pen with him, which was another human standing in front of him as I mounted him. That was not his normal. Now we'll work to make that the normal routine for him, and he'll get used to it. So while we're working on this, you notice that while he got a little busy, we allowed him to move his feet. I didn't yank on him too hard, okay? All I did was try to reach down, tighten the reins a little bit, where if I needed to, I could pull his nose around on my hip, and then he's just gonna drill a hole. So now, what I want you to do is just gently start walking that way to your right. Nice and easy. Turn and face the horse with your right hand. There you go. Turn and walk to your left. Now what we want him to do is start following your lead. Walk in a circle, just kind of ask him to walk. Yep, you're doing fine. Okay, now, as you turn back toward the camera, I want you to kind of take a step forward toward JR. And rest. Whoa. That's his first forward steps with a rider in the saddle, and that's a huge success. We'll continue to build on that during this session because he handled it really well. What I want you to do is, again, start walking toward the gate of the round pen, nice and slow and easy. Oh, oh.
As soon as I hear you say, whoa, I'm gonna stop my feet.
That's right.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna gently squeeze and ask him to move forward. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. That's all right, let him move his feet.
Okay.
Let him move his feet.
Okay.
Always stand 45 degrees off the shoulder.
Okay.
Don't get in his road. You'll get run over. Yep. Now start going back the other way. Now I'm going to ask him to stop.
Okay.
You just listen to me.
Okay.
Oh, oh, oh. Big circles. I don't want sharp corners.
Okay.
Now you keep walking, let your hands slide down.
Okay.
Okay, what I'm teaching him to do is listen to me in the saddle,
Right.
not remain locked onto you.
Okay.
Okay, gently walk off. Let your hands slide down and walk off. Oh, oh, oh. Keep walking. I don't want you to ever stop now.
Okay.
Oh, 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 oh.
Make a small circle.
Yep. Okay, he's trying to sniff you, but I don't want his head on you.
Okay.
So I'm holding him off. Okay, now what I want you to do is let go of the right hand. And just let me, you stay back over to your left, okay? Don't get up in front of him.
Okay.
Oh, stop. That was a nice stop. You stand still until I start moving. Oh, oh, oh. Good. Stop. Don't move until you see me walk past your shoulder. I just want him to unlock his feet when I ask him to. Step out to your left. There you go. Oh, oh, oh. Look at there, looky there. More than one way to train a horse. You gotta have a few tools in your toolkit, and you have to be a little more diversified than one way or the highway. Okay, you stop. Good boy. Good boy. I think that does it for a lesson today.
Hi guys, my name is Tiffany. I'm new to the team at All Seated in a Barn. What you saw today was us taking our first steps forward with Tim. Brian has been working with him under saddle, moving his hindquarters, but now we allowed him forward direction. He did really well, and we're super proud of him, and we always like to end on a good note because that teaches the horse, hey, we're not here to bust chops, we're here to have a good time and set you up for success. And so that was a perfect spot and for Tim today, and I'm really excited for his journey. What I love about baby horses is that they don't know anything, right? And so whatever they learn, we teach them. And so Tim has no other hands on him other than Brian and myself when I'm helping Brian. And so when you set them up for success, it's really important how you teach them new things. And so I love learning Brian's different tools because you really see how the horses respond to them, and setting babies up for a successful future is really important for them. The pro is that they don't know anything, and then the con is that they don't know anything, right? And so it's like you have to take it with grace. And so maybe sometimes the baby might react and get scared from something and jump into you or away from you. And so that might be a fear that people have working with horses, but it's all good. We're here for the learning experience.
Hi, it's Nick here at All Seated in the Barn. Desiree called me over for some help with a donkey for some x-rays. We opened the stall and 3 donkeys were in there. And not only did we take out that donkey, but all 3 donkeys want to scramble and run around like cockroaches. As we got the first one out, the other one wanted to play peekaboo on us and pop its head up. And we didn't see it at first, it was hiding. Pretty smart donkey. And it slid right past, so we panicked. We left the gate open. The other donkey done got out on us. So with his hooves, they kind of look like this. A little bit, struggle to walk. I think one of them was like this. So I see the struggle on why he didn't want to walk, but we got to get him checked out to see what's wrong. And his friends wanted to get checked out too. I think his name is Kelly with the fly mask on, the pink fly mask. That donkey is pretty ancient, so we won't worry about that one, but she wanted to feel young again. Snuck out with her friends and didn't want her parents to find out about it, but we caught her. Now, people think horses are strong. You've never felt the strength of a donkey. They'll pull you, they'll drag you, they'll make fun of you, and they don't get tired, and a horse will give up, a donkey will not. There was a struggle all the way through, but she's over there right now getting her work done. Took about 4 or 5 people, so just to get onto this piece of concrete right here. Tuesday at the barn. And yeah, it's always eventful.
I was really thankful I could be part of the team at the local auction. I did went with her 1 year in Texas. It was a really good experience to learn all the different horses and people around it. And it's so nice to go to local auction to Larry. The people was so sweet. I like to help her out because it's a set of second eyes. I help her out with photos, pictures. I see something's wrong and I'll tell her like, hey, like what about this horse? Can we help this horse out? It's a good environment and you can learn from other people and a good communication with the team with the Tulare auction. When the vet visits with the new horses, we always want to make sure their lameness. If there's something wrong with them, we could get them on board on their injections, or in the auction, there's one horse who's a little owie on his right stifle. He will for sure be on the lameness on Tuesday tomorrow. It's also a good thing for me to go to the auction is when I see something that needs to be on the list for vet, I would tell the vet like, oh my God, this horse needs to be on lameness, or something's is off on one side. I was like, let's do the lameness and I'll let you know what you think about it. And I was right at the end of the day. It's also great practice because learn from Lucas and then other horses to like work with my ability to learn from it.
I am currently at an auction in Texas where not only are horse traders buying the horses, but the horses also get bought by the kill pen and exports them for slaughter. We are prepared and capable to help as many as we can, but I need your help to do that. And that's not just monetary wise, it's also in sharing, donating, commenting, all the things. Let's work together, let's come together, let's make a difference in these horses' lives, and spread some awareness and do as much good as we can.
The best way to support us is always through donations, whether that be product that we need or monetary. And you can do that by joining our Patreon, going to the website, or visiting any of our social media platforms for links on the best ways to help us.